Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? I heard Chrisean got Tesehki fucked up. And what it is, ho? Oh, what's up? On a Mac finna get done up. What's good? What's up, MessyMya? It's your girl, MessyMya, and I am back again with another video. So today we're gonna be getting into some mess concerning the cast of Baddies Midwest, baby. I know that we spoke on the Chrisean and Tesehki sit down, and you know, we heard that it was emotional, baby. It was an emotional, but emotional, angry, emotional girl. The girls did not make up. Okay, girl, and girl, I'm hearing through the grapevine that it was far from that, and Anna is in it now. She calling Chrisean weird. She calling Chrisean out and exposing Chrisean. Girl, it is a lot to get into, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's MessyMya. It's the MessyMya girl. We are lit over here. Trust and believe that. And yeah, let's get into the mess. Okay, so when I'm giving y'all this tea, I'm gonna need y'all to really stay with me because, okay, I'm gonna start with something, but then that something is going to lead to what I'm actually trying to get out there to you guys. Okay, so if you are in the online world of baddies, the online world, like the tea, the blogs, the comments, the social media stuff with baddies, you know who Fusan is. He is a Zeus commentator and Zeus blogger. Shout out to him. He be doing his thing. Okay, so Fusan is a blogger, but he's a blogger that is actually in with the girls. Like, he actually has friendships and bonds with the girls outside of him just being a blogger. Like, you know what I'm saying? And two of the girls that he was close with was Anamac and Tesehki. Now, because the sit down between Tesehki and Chrisean did not go well, and you know what I'm saying, Fusan is supposed to be girl. This is just a mess. Okay, so because Fusan is close or was close with Anamac and Tesehki, you know what I'm saying, he was doing multiple lives with Chrisean. So now there was more to the story put out by both sides, but this is the main part of the story that leads to what I really want to talk about, which is the sit down between Tesehki and Chrisean, how it really went down, some more tea that came about that. So that's what we're going to get into, and that's what led up to this point, and Anamac basically getting online and, you know, exposing some things about Chrisean and what was said during the sit down that, you know, her and Tesehki had together. Okay, so she messaged Fusan and she said, stop being weird, bro. Basically, you know, sharing the live and basically telling him, like, you're being weird for talking to Chrisean or whatever. Keep in mind, he is a blogger, and I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel two ways about this. I'm gonna just keep it short because, like I said, I want to stay on topic. I feel two ways about it. Like, I understand where she's coming from, because it's like, if you're close with Tesehki and Tesehki confided in you about her sister, you know what I'm saying, and then you in cahoots with her sister, like, I understand how she feels like that's weird, but at the end of the day, he is a blogger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, maybe, like, I don't know. It's like, he's a, like, this is why I feel like there should be a fine line between, like, I feel like you just should not befriend the people that you're talking about, because shit like this happens. You know what I'm saying? Because you befriended them, you know what I'm saying? Because you befriended them, they're going to expect you to do certain things or to not do certain things. But it's like, at the end of the day, baby, I'm finna get my coin. I'm a blogger. I'm going to do my job, you know? But it's your child. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I understand where Anamac was coming from, but at the same time, child, he doing his job. Anyways, so Anamac messages him, says you're weird, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then as the conversation goes on and on, she starts to expose more and more about the Chrisean and Tesehki sit down. Okay, so he responds, you know what I'm saying? He played a whole voice message, and then she said, and it's because we haven't called you. Let me tell you something. I was all, you know what I'm saying? I was there with Chrisean for the first dinner. It was terrible. Like, girl, girl, she don't really know how to put a sentence together, girl. But anyway, she basically was saying, like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't call you and tell you yet, but I was there, and Chrisean was being evil during the dinner. And then she goes on to say, and I mean horrible, like I really wish you would know, but I'm waiting for her to call you because I don't want to be the one to say it, pretty much. And then she goes on to say, matter of fact, I'm about to get us all on the phone. Chrisean is evil, for real. I would have never took her for that, but she's evil, bro. So Anna went back on social media and she pretty much, you know, because Fusan did expose these text messages, and not only did he do that, but he also pretty much tried to insinuate that she was mad about something completely different. That's besides the point. So she pretty much went on social media to clear everything up from the whole Fusan situation to the Chrisean situation, which is what I'm really trying to get into right now. She basically calls Chrisean a bad sister, says that she tried to expose her sister about something, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the whole Molesky thing, child. Y'all know on a girl, word on the street. I'm just saying. Okay, don't shoot the messenger, okay? Now, about a year ago, before we get into that, so about a year ago, Chrisean went on social media. This was when Tesehki first started to pop. Like, this was a couple episodes or around the episode where she beat up Marsh and Jay. You know what I'm saying? For jumping her, she got jumped. She was getting a whole bunch of sympathy, empathy from the fans. This is when like the fans really did like Tesehki. Okay, so Chrisean went on live and basically exposed her sister for allegedly SAing her when she was little, when they were little.
My nigga, that whole TV shit, stop. First of all, that shit all fake, all weird. You see your opportunity, you're taking it. Go ahead, take it. You want to be in my world, talk about me so bad. I don't give a fuck about you and what you do, none of that. Leave me alone. The fuck? And the nigga you with, he used to be with Chastity, my big sister, Tareen. Tell the truth. Like, come on, yo. Like, nobody want to talk about your skeletons in your closet, but that's what's happening because you want to lie on my name. Like, you don't have to lie on my name. The fuck? You're being weird. Leave me alone. What the hell? Y'all, it's pissing me off. I go to sleep for like a couple hours. I wake up, she's lying. The fuck is going on? The fuck? And then everybody want to act like, I want to be honest. I don't have a real relationship with my sister because when I realized when I got older, she didn't really fuck with me. Too, when we was kids, she was a fast individual, bro. Ask her about when she wanted to play house. What? No, because she acting like motherfuckers ain't really trying to touch me. Like, we don't like each other because our childhood, bro. Don't be making shit up. Like, yeah, we forgive you and all this other shit. We don't talk about what happened. And now you're trying to like make it seem like something really happened, something really was going on. First of all, that's all TV. But if we'll be honest, I forgave you, Latifah, for a lot of shit and still forgive you. Just keep my name out your mouth, my nigga. I don't talk. Y'all trolling. I'm at the fucking hospital. Like, go ahead with that dumb shit. Appreciate it, bro.
Okay, so this is nothing new, but according to Anna Mac, Chrisean came with that exact same energy.
It seemed like I'm mad at him about something else. Now I'm really gonna clock it. He was on the phone with me and Tesehki for a bunch of hours, and Tesehki was venting, letting him know what's going on, and he was calling Chrisean weird. He was popping his shit while we were all on the phone. A next day later, maybe a day and a half later, we get on Instagram and he's doing a sit down with Chrisean because he fanned out. He knows it's gonna bring him views. He don't give a fuck. He just knows it's gonna bring him views. I didn't say nothing bad about Chrisean. I'm a real ass bitch and I stand behind my friend. This bitch is going around saying my friend is a fucking molester. She even tried to say it on national television again, and I don't have an issue. But you don't do that to your sister that you love her. So I said that's weird and evil. And I don't give a fuck who feel a fuck way. Are you stupid, bitch? I don't give a fuck. But Fusan is a fake ass bitch. So I don't give a fuck about him showing messages. That don't hurt me, babe. Because in my message, I'm a real bitch. And what y'all fail to realize is, if you read the messages, I'm responding to something. He unsent his messages too. I screenshotted it. He unsent his messages too. I'm a real.
Oh, there it is, y'all. The dinner between Chrisean and Tesehki did not go well. And honestly, it's just, oh my goodness, girl. And it's like I said, I didn't really expect it to go well. Like, I heard that it was an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? It was emotional. They really didn't scuffle. Nobody really put their hands on each other, allegedly. We still don't know for sure. But, you know, they both left looking untouched. So a lot of people assume, like, hey, they didn't really scuffle, okay? It was more so like an emotional thing, but they didn't really say how it was emotional like they made up. Emotional in a good way, emotional in a bad way, girl. So it was clearly emotional in a very much angry and bad way. Because child, Chrisean got up on television and called her Molesky again. Said, baby, you girl, she said it again, child. She's standing on it, girl. So it sounds like Chrisean is pretty much like, if I had to guess, it seems like no accountability was taken. Like, and I said that in my last video, like, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I hope, you know, they take accountability. Like, I hope they can just come together. Like, I never really put out the message that they made up. I just put out the message that, you know, it was an emotional thing. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really hope the girls, you know, came together towards the end. Like, I hope they made up. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, are they really going to make up? Like, they haven't talked or been around each other for this long after, you know, the icing on the cake happened, which was the jumping thing, was Chrisean having her sister jumped. They really haven't been around each other nor talked to each other since then. So, like, do we really think, like, their first time being around each other on TV, they're just going to be kumbaya? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it seems like Chrisean stood on everything that she did, everything that she said prior to the actual sit down, and the sit down just did not go well at all, which is honestly just disappointing. Okay, so I kind of feel a different way though. Okay, so when Chrisean initially came out a year ago and basically tried to expose Tesehki for touching on her when she was a kid, I'm not gonna lie, I was irritated. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key gave Mac. Like, you know how Mac is like, oh, she evil. She's saying that her sister did this and she's saying it on national. That's how I felt back then. Because I was just like, my mindset was just like, how convenient is it that now that your sister is popping, the fans love her, she's getting sympathy, and your fans are turning on you and basically calling you out for being a bad sister and getting your sister jumped. Okay. How convenient is it now that all of this is going on? You take your ass to social media and basically put this out there about your sister trying to stop her shine. That's how mindset was. I'm like, bro, she evil, bro. She's evil. And keep in mind that before this, Tesehki's nephew was already talking about how she SA'd him when they were younger, okay? Now, he had been talking about this, him and China, Tesehki's older sister, the oldest out of the 12, okay, was online for about a year prior to this, talking about how Tesehki did what she did to her son, aka Tesehki's nephew, okay? And I'm like, all this time that this has happened, you were cool with Tesehki. You were cool with Tesehki. You never had their back. You never went online. You never backed them up like, oh, yeah, this happened to me too. None of that. But as soon as you and Tesehki fall out, that's when you want to say it. It just seemed real convenient. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like she was trying to get back on her sister. It seemed like she was trying to stop her sister's shine. Like I said, Tesehki was popping around this time. I mean, she still is popping, but I'm talking about, like, this is when the fans really liked Tesehki. So I'm like, girl, you're jealous. You're trying to stop your sister's shine. And like I said, how convenient is it that you're just now saying this and just now trying to speak out about it when you and your sister are, you know, at odds and you're getting backlash and your sister is getting uplifted by the fans when, you know, you could have been came out and said it and backed your nephew up who been talking about this for the past year, okay? Either way, I'm just like, okay, so that's how I felt. Pretty much how Mac feels now. But now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, well, shit. Did that happen to her? Like, and I kind of feel bad for my initial reaction because I'm like, it just seems like she's standing on it. Like, I mean, unless she's just like a fucking habitual liar or somebody who needs to go into acting or somebody who has mental health issues that will sit on national television and lie about some shit like that. But I'm like, so I'm really starting to think deeper into it now. Like, did that happen to her? I know for a fact that they had a really rough childhood. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that happened to them. I know that you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that for a fact. They all spoke out about it, okay? So I'm like, I don't know, man. It's sad when you really think about it. The whole thing. It's sad. It's just, oh my gosh. Like, when you really think about, like, their entire family history and you really deep dive and, like, go into a rabbit hole, their whole family story, their whole family history is just so sad from top to bottom. From the SAing from generations to generations, from her father being in jail most of her life, from her, you know, both of her parents being strung out with drugs, especially her mother. Her mother now is literally evicted, out on the street. People are recording them. She's homeless. You know, just their whole family situation is just so sad. And then when you really think about it, it's just like, when I really think about it, I'm just like, well, damn. Is there really more to the story than what was portrayed on TV? Like, I don't know, child. Because anybody that can get their sister jumped and stand on it and not really have any type of apology or just don't feel bad about it at all. Like, something had to happen between y'all. Like, what happened that was so drastic to where you can get your sister jumped and not feel bad about it at all? But you claim that you're just so of the Lord. I don't know. Girl, I don't even finish. You see how deep their family business is, child. Look how I done fell down the rabbit hole already. Listen, I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. Like I said in my last video when I initially spoke about the sit down, clearly these sisters, they need to be outside of reality TV. They have a lot of demons that they are fighting. They have a lot of things that they need to heal about themselves. Not only Chrisean, but child Tesehki too, okay? They just need to go to therapy. Like, I feel like their first meetup, because when I think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were all excited that Chrisean was coming because clearly her and Tesehki had unfinished business. But when you really think about it, that's like the last thing that they need to be doing. Like, the first time y'all meet, y'all ain't seen each other or talked in like a year ever since that happened. Okay? And ever since the whole jumping thing happened, and it's like y'all finna meet for the first time. When Chrisean is fresh out of jail, y'all finna meet for the first time in like a year, talk to each other, really get into a conversation for the first time in over a year and confront each other. And girl, I don't know how anybody expected it to go well. I really don't. But yeah, y'all, so that was the sit down. Apparently the sit down did not go well at all. A lot of things were brought up, and you know, girl, the whole SA thing was brought up again. And it seems like Chrisean is standing on everything that she did and said in the past about Tesehki. Okay, so Fusan exposed more text between him and Anamac. And, you know, this when we get into the real tea, okay? So Anamac goes on to say they are not cool. Chrisean was just scared to fight her, okay? So she says Chrisean was scared to fight Tesehki. And then she goes on to say she said she wasn't going to put her baby down so Tifa wouldn't hit her. Child, so I just know y'all did not have to sit down with baby Chrisean Jr. right there, okay? Child, this is a mess, girl. Okay, so, you know, Anamac tells him, you know, Chrisean was scared to fight Tesehki and she would not put the baby down so, you know, Tesehki wouldn't hit her. Tifa equals Tesehki, just so y'all didn't know that. All right, so then Anamac goes to say, we are not allowed to clear the air. Just know, terrible. She's suing Chrisean everything. They over here asking her, please do not do anything with legal issues, but it's getting like that. Okay, so in my opinion, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Honestly, Anamac and her run-on sentences just gives me a headache, child. So I'm just going to paraphrase basically what she says. So in the first paragraph here, she basically tells Fusan, like, you know what I'm saying? No, when it comes out, she basically like, you're going to see for yourself. When it comes out, nobody's going to mess with you because it's just that bad. And then she says that Chrisean was saying on, you know, national television, like, you touched me when I was 7. Girl, she got into details, child, okay? She got into details about the SA. Girl. She got into details, okay? She got into details. So who knows if they're even going to show this or not? Because MessyMya just said in the last slide that basically Zeus practically begged Tesehki to not sue Chrisean or to not really get any legals involved. You know what I'm saying? So they may or may not even show this part. Who knows? Y'all know they like to chop and screw things the way they want to. So we don't even know if we're going to see this. But, you know, apparently this is what happened because MessyMya was there. Okay. So Chrisean is telling her like, oh, you did this to me when I was 7 years old. This, that, and the third. And even tells her you need to eat my cat. Like, I keep trying to be funny. So apparently Chrisean was just... I don't know. This even me reading this is just honestly disgusting. Like, so basically MessyMya tells him like, this is so bad. You're going to see it in the long run and nobody is going to mess with you. Then she says, I'm not dragging it because this bitch was crying tears for hours yesterday just for you to go and post her sister. I don't give a fuck if I don't have an issue with Chrisean. I give a fuck about my friend. And maybe you're going to realize that. You should realize that when you give up about your friend more than something, you're going to understand that. See what I'm saying? She just a whole bunch of run on the girl. I don't even think she understood what she was saying after. I don't know, child. You know when you so mad that like you just be typing anything, child. That's really what it sounded like MessyMya was doing. Because after a while, I couldn't even really understand what she was saying. But yeah, this whole thing, girl, I feel like this sit down is going to make us angry. Like, I don't know. I feel like my feelings that I had when her and Chrisean were beefing on Baddies East is just going to come back. Like, I don't know. Because it seems like Chrisean, girl, like I said, we're going to have to watch it first. I'm not going to say too much before we actually watch it. But girl, clearly this dinner did not go well at all. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Girl, I'm out this hoe. Bye.
Yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you.